The Hunger Games. Divergent. Star Wars. Star Trek. Doctor Who. Science fiction. Web definitions define sci-fi as fiction based on imagined future scientific or technological advances and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space and time travel and life on other planets. I think myself a fan of this genre. The amount of thought that goes into these pieces is extraordinary. So, when I had some free time, like any sane teenager would, I went onto the internet and researched tirelessly until I found all I could about the person who started it all. Hey. Mary Shelley. At age 18, she began writing what is now considered to be known as the first modern piece of science fiction. Although I do use the word modern loosely because it was published in 1818. What did she write? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you a lot about it. Think big, green, and angry. No, not the Hulk. We can credit Stan Lee for that one. Mary Shelley wrote about a man who put a lot of dead things together and created life. Dr. Frankenstein. That brings us to a common misconception. When people think of Frankenstein, they think of the big creature that Dr. Frankenstein created, when in reality, they're only linked by relation, if you consider the doctor the creature's father. Mary's father was a lot like Frankenstein, and there's some speculation going around that Mary's lack of a marital figure caused her to write such a novel with not-so-subtle themes of abandonment. Mary's mother, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, died 10 days after her daughter's birth. William Godwin, her father, struggled to maintain his role as a parent, educating his two daughters to read and write, although back then it was looked down upon. Due to his inability to handle two teen girls, he remarried Mary Jane Vile, hoping she'd know how to raise a daughter or two, seeing as she already had one of her own. Mary didn't like her very much. In Shelley's novel, Dr. Frankenstein creates life, regrets his decision, abandons it, and then lets it run amok. Kind of reminiscent of Mary's home life. But thank God she decided to turn her ailments into a work of art that has now inspired nearly 200 years of quality entertainment and multiple subgenres. So, thank you, Mary Shelley, for creating an absolute monster.